What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I know I haven't been around for the last 3 weeks, but I have been refurbing the office. As you can see, different colours, lights, a bit of a different setup. And I've also been boarding up all the windows, you know, all the corona, I'll stay out of it. I'm joking, but stay tuned. Today's video will be covering how I'd invest 25k if I had it. It's a question that a lot of people that are trying to get into property do ask me, so stay tuned. Right, let's get straight into the video. I know that a lot of you are probably waiting for the magic perfect answer, but it's just not gonna be one. Like any investments, everyone picks their own different niche, and it really depends on the person you are, the risks you want to take, and pretty much the education you've had really. But to go off that, I'm a strong believer that the best investment and the most exponential investment is in yourself. Like education, getting a mentor, books, CDs, audiobooks, is all working on yourself. It's all really good for you and will help you get further in any investment. So trying to get into property investing without having no prior education in it or learning anything about it is not the best idea. It's probably not the most applicable, but it's like that saying goes, give a man a fish, feed him for the day, teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. So get yourself educated and it goes a long way. But if you had to ask me, and with what I know today and what I've learned, and I've still got a long way to go, I'd say the best investment would probably be buying a small apartment close to a city centre. Not London obviously, way too expensive, but somewhere like Birmingham or Manchester, Liverpool, get something under 100k, and then I'd rent it out on a serviced accommodation basis because you're getting the best returns, especially in the city centre. You're gonna have a lot of demand for it, right? I'd say get permission from the leases and any permissions you need pretty much, and what you get from that is probably 35 plus 40-50% actually return on investment, which is crazy. To go back to the education card, say for example, some of you watching probably have got some education and maybe you like a certain strategy, maybe you like your single lets, maybe you like your HMOs, maybe you do like the service accommodation. But if you do have one of these preferences and you've been taught and educated in one of these, I would say pick the one that you sort of want to go into. So if you've been educated in single lets, pick one of the cheaper single lets. You could probably buy a couple with 25 grand. In different parts of the country, of course. Up north, different places, you can get really cheap houses under 50k. So that's perfect. Or HMOs are more your thing. Maybe you could buy yourself something up in the north in Liverpool. I'm actually looking there myself, something sub 100k, sorry, and you could get something that gives you a good return. So say something with 4 beds could give you up to 1400 pretty much, and obviously you got your rent and other fees, but you could make 700-800 a month, which is all right, cash flow positive just from a property with a 25k investment, right? That's not too bad. But really and truly, it comes up to the person you are. Just invest in what you know, what you have, or use an expert that does, and he can invest your money, and maybe you pay him for the investment and use his abilities and education for it, which is what you want to do. It's all about having partners. You can leverage your money and leverage that for an experienced person that could invest a property in something great. But then again, do your due diligence. There's a lot of people in the market that aren't as smart as they say they are, so be safe but get investing. Then again, I would say educating yourself is obviously going to take you much further, longer. Then maybe you could start charging for your services at one point. That's why we have sources, right, and brokers for deals, etc. That's one part of my business. What we do also is broker off-market deals, so you can get stuff that's actually 20-30% below market value. We don't really touch onto the sort of single lets and HMOs as much, but with bigger development deals and entire block disposals. But there's definitely people that do single lets, HMOs, and little off-market deals like that you could use. You always do your due diligence though. Get an Excel up, see what your return on investment is, see when all your money you get pulled out. It's usually HMOs in Liverpool, I'm looking at sort of 25%, which means you get all your money out within 4 years, which is really great. 20% is really good as well. I'm kind of picky, but any of those within 5 years, getting all your money out is perfect really. One thing I wouldn't do is buy myself a property, because that's no longer an asset. Even worse than that, upgrade your car or buy yourself a Gucci belt. Is that really necessary? Or spend it all on a huge holiday, right? You want to spend that on a HMO. For example, if you do like cars, HMO, 700-800 a month positive, then you could use whatever that's cash flowing positive for you to pay for a new car. You could spend 400-500 and get a brand new spanking nice car, and that would be perfect. Don't put the 25 grand into the car because it's a depreciating asset. But if you had 25k, what would you do? Where would you invest it? Maybe it's not in property. Let us know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.